Welcome to the live training today. Get more referrals, reviews, and revenue with MailChimp. So we're going to be looking at referrals today. Just give everyone a bit of time to log in and get started. Be really keen to know where you're dialing in from. If you want to use the webinar chat in the admin panel, let me know where you're dialing in from. I'm in the South Island of New Zealand, in a little town called Wanaka. But yeah, let me know where you're dialing in from. I'd love to know. I'm going to keep this a really nice, tight session, under 15 minutes. I'm happy to stay around for questions after that. Bit of housekeeping. So if you've got any problems, use the webinar chat and we'll try and sort that out for you. Hey, Tanya in Picton. Hey, John in Brisbane. How you doing? Brian in Ottawa. So we've got 3 different countries. That's cool. Keep letting me know where you're dialing in from. So the session is being recorded, and this is the first of 3 sessions we're going to be running about doing marketing with MailChimp. You can do these campaigns in other platforms as well if you're not if you don't want to use MailChimp, but that's what I'm going to be showing you. Hey, David in Manila, it's cool. We're racking up loads of different countries here, so yeah, keep letting me know. Very good. John's telling me Brisbane is in Australia. Yep. I've got a couple of the team are in Brisbane, so yeah, thanks for letting me know that. Okay, cool. Let's get into it because I don't have long in terms of what I want to do here. I want to give you this really quick session and give you some real value to take away. So a little bit about myself. Matt Wilkinson. I founded BizInc over a decade ago. We work with a whole load of accountants and bookkeepers from all over the world. And a little picture of me, what I used to do before I had kids, climbing mountains. Don't do a lot of that anymore. So I was just going to run a quick poll before we get started. And I wanted to know, what's your experience level with MailChimp? So I'm just going to run that. Just really keen to know kind of who's like, never been on MailChimp, maybe you're an advanced user. So I just want to get a kind of a sense of the different mix of people that we've got on the session today would be really cool. I've been using MailChimp for, years. Like I've probably used it in 2006, 7, something like that, the first time. But we're doing a lot more with MailChimp over the last little while. Myself and other team members MailChimp certified, and we're really going to be building on that. Okay, cool. Give you a couple more seconds to finish that off. Let's end that and share the results. So what have we got? So 43% never use MailChimp. New users, got 1 advanced user. So a good mix there, but I think more on the kind of inexperienced side, which is okay because this is going to be a really simple campaign that I hope you could run it. You could run it straight after this session now using the free kind of plan of MailChimp. All right, so let's get into it. So 90% of accounting and bookkeeping firm leads come from referrals. This is based on a survey we did of 400 firms. But the kind of weird stat to me is that only 20% of firms ask for referrals. So that's a massive wasted opportunity, in my opinion. And, I think the theory behind this, it's going to be a very practical session, but the theory is if you don't ask, you don't get. If you think of sites that do reviews, so you all stayed in something like Airbnb, Booking.com, use the site like that to do reviews. They always ask you, they ask you multiple times, right? They send you a bunch of emails. And that's because, you may be quite happy to do that, but people need a nudge. And it's the same with your clients. They're usually happy to refer you. If they're not, that's beyond the marketing thing. That's a service thing that, you obviously have to address. But in my experience, people are happy to do it, but you've got to give them a nudge and you've got to make it easy for them. And that's what we're going to do in this campaign today. So just another quick poll I'm interested in running is whether you ask clients for referrals. So just let me pull up the polls again and we will we'll run that one. Sorry, bear with me. we go. Okay. So do you ask clients for referrals? You can tell I normally have someone else on these sessions doing the polls for me. A bit incompetent with Zoom. But yeah, let me know really quickly if you're asking clients for referrals. So I normally ask this question and people very rarely say yes. So don't feel ashamed with that, you know. And okay, in one way that's bad, but in another way that's good because it's an opportunity, right? So we've got most people are saying occasionally, and a few people are saying never, and there's only one person saying that they regularly do that. So just end that poll, share those results. Um, so I think there's a big opportunity there, right? Like, and the way that I look at it is if you're waiting for referrals to come in, that's just hope. You know, you're hoping they come in and it's not predictable. If you ask for referrals, that's what takes it into being marketing, in my opinion. So you taking something that is just kind of, you know, doing a good job and hoping people will refer you to a system that's repeatable, that's scalable and measurable. And we're going to look at, you know, a small part of that system today, but a very kind of effective one. So the template on screen is an email that we've used this a lot with BizInc clients asking for referrals, and so that's what we're going to use in the live training today with a couple of versions of this. Now, if you want that template, we're going to send this out afterwards, of course, but I will drop it in the chat now if you want to grab it. And so you know, you could even ride along and do this with me in your MailChimp. Also, I'll be telling you a bit more details at the end. If you want us to add this template to your MailChimp account, we're happy to do that for you for free. I'll let you know. Now, I'll tell you a true story about this template. One of my long-term clients based in Brisbane, we've been talking about Brisbane a lot today. She kind of messaged me, or I was chatting to her, and she's like, I didn't really think that template would work, Matt. But when I sent it, within 24 hours, she got 12 referrals and 4 people booked a sales meeting with her. So, you know, this isn't something I'm doing because I think it's kind of like, you know, it's my opinion or whatever. This is based on observing what works with different firms. And, you know, I think this template or very close to it, you know, feel free to tweak it. It's going to work really well. So how I would do this, it would be, well, the why behind it is you don't ask, you don't get. I think the who you're sending it to is going to be either all your clients or segments of your clients, and we'll jump into that in just a sec. When I would send it maybe like once a quarter, something like that. You know, you don't want to be doing this all the time, but you know, people would not be kind of stressed if you're doing it every 3 months. How? Well, obviously, we're going to look at MailChimp. You could also send it with BizInc email, and any good email marketing platform would do it. But obviously, we're going to use MailChimp today. And other ways you could ask for referrals, right? This is just kind of one way you can do it. If it were me, I would be putting it in your email signature. I would be asking people after projects. I would be trying to get your team, if you have a team, to become really comfortable with asking for referrals. You could even ask during onboarding. It's a really good time to ask. People are still excited and everything, you know, and maybe even go beyond that to build a partner network. So not clients, but you know, your referral partners, and be asking them. But today we're going to be looking at doing this in MailChimp. So I am going to jump in to MailChimp now. You could do this off the free plan of MailChimp. There's different plans, different features. This is a really simple campaign you could run, and what you would do is you'd go in and you'd create a campaign. Now, this is assuming you've got an audience, which is basically like your list of contacts. So we'll go into here and just let it load up. Why is it doing that while we're doing the live training? So it's telling me that the page is missing. Just let me quickly go back over here and try again. It truly is a live training. So what we're going to do is create a campaign. So we go into these campaigns here. Now I've pre-created it just to save a little bit of time on this, but it will be the same steps you would take. So we'll go into all campaigns. It's just loading up now. All right, here it comes. All right, so we've got this first one in here, ask for referrals. So we create this campaign, and you're going to get some settings on the page here for creating it. Now, it's a super simple campaign to create this one. So you take that doc that I sent, that Google Doc has got the templates in it. Obviously, stay tuned, and I'll show you how we can do it for you, but this is how you do it. So you're going to obviously want some recipients to send it to. So you have an audience. Now, my recommendation with audience is have one audience and then use tags to separate things like tax clients, it could be personal, business. Don't have like multiple audiences. That it's the right way to do it. The way MailChimp would recommend is one audience and then use tags to effectively be like different lists within it. So we're actually going to send it to the whole audience of this. This is like a demo firm that we use, senior, junior. Just going to send it to everybody in that audience. Now I'm going to show you doing tags in just a second. So that's that bit. The from. So I would be doing like the from someone at your firm, right? Like you want it to be from a person. You don't want it to be from your firm name. So the way we do it at Bizing is like Matt from Bizing. So then you get the brand name and the person's name as well. So you get that familiarity. And then we've got a subject. So we would add the subject in here as, would you refer us? So why that's a good subject is asking people for help is a really good idea. People like to be helpful. It's a simple, direct question. It's not too pushy. That's how I would do it. We rely on referrals to grow. If that's the preview text that you see, and that's quite a useful part of emails. So like, you see the subject and there's a little bit of text afterwards. So you're making it clear what this email is about. The send time, I would recommend sending most emails at 10 a.m. or around that kind of time, or after 10, maybe 10 to 11 a.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So I've picked a Thursday next week, but 10 a.m. is a pretty safe time to send. The next thing that I would do would then be to put the content in. And so just paste in that template that I've shared with you. Very simple. And so thank you for choosing Senior Junior as your accountant. You would obviously put your firm name in there. We love working with you. We love more clients like you. We rely on referrals. With that in mind, is there anyone in your network you think we could help? If so, would you mind making an email introduction? That's it. Keep it really simple. It's not branded. It should look like a regular email. It shouldn't feel like marketing. That's the email. So you'd package that up and basically hit send. That's it. So schedule that for your clients. You could even automate that once a quarter, and you would have that going out. And as I say, that client came back to me. She sent it. She was sort of a bit reticent to do that and got 12 referrals straight away. So I think it's a very effective campaign that you could get, pulled together really quickly. Last bit of the live training, I'm just going to quickly show you how I would do that with maybe with more of a niche, so an industry one. So I'm just going to click on this one, and it's a pretty similar one. And then if we go, so this is an e-commerce one, right? So what I'm going to do with the recipients, we'd have a tag e-commerce clients, and that's what we're going to send it to. So basically when we choose our audience, and then we can use tags, like I've got some tags in here to segment, to chop up that audience. So we're focusing in on just those e-commerce businesses. Everything else the same, apart from the content. And that is just going to have a little bit of a tweak in it. Same idea, same subject. But yeah, as we know, we love helping e-commerce businesses like yours, yada, yada, yada. With that in mind, can you think of anyone in your network? Is it in e-commerce or online selling? Has revenue of over 1 mil? Wants to scale their business. So it makes it more specific. If that's your ideal client, obviously it could be anything, not just e-commerce. That can work really well. Now I'll put a little extra in here, a little PS. So one of our clients was like, what if people, they didn't want to be pushy, right? And I don't think that's a problem, but here's a way you can get around that. And if people were unhappy, they were worried about that. So I just put a little PS. If you wouldn't refer us because you're not 100% happy with our service, then let's chat so I can sort any issues. It's kind of cool, you can use this as a bit of a catch-all to obviously get the referrals. But if someone isn't happy, you're genuinely asking, like, I want to solve that for you, and you're giving them that opportunity with the meeting booking there. So that's it. Two really simple campaigns. We're going to be doing more in this sequence. I'm going to switch back into here and just go back to the free bonuses. Before I tell you about those, I'm just going to quickly throw up another one of those polls. So if I go back here, interested to know whether you would be confident sending those campaigns that I've just showed you to clients. Yes, no, or maybe. Don't hold back if you if you didn't think they were that good. All I can say is I've seen these work really, really well. I think they're obviously incredibly simple to send, but in terms of effectiveness, I think so many firms are missing out on really quality referrals by not asking for them. So let me just end that and share the results. So 63% are saying they would, no no's, that's good, and some maybes as well. And by making the ask is hard. It is hard, right? But I think it gets easier, and I think it's a valuable thing to do. And I think that actually people like that confidence as well. I think that clients like that. If you've got good relationships with the clients, they do genuinely like to help and they do like to refer you. And doing this just makes it easy for them. In terms of how we can help you with MailChimp, so I'm now certified, not in the way you're thinking, but I'm MailChimp certified, and that means that we've passed some exams. First exam I've done in about 25 years. One of the other team members has, and we're really up in our game around MailChimp. Now, if you want us to add the templates that I've shown you to your MailChimp, happy to do that. And if you want us to audit your MailChimp account, so we'll check out things like how you've got your audience set up. I see a question there, Kelly, about that. I'm going to come to that just at the end. We're happy to do that for you for free. If you use this form, you can request that. You'll have to link your account to our MailChimp and Co account. So it's kind of like, you would do with like your Xero or your QuickBooks, you have your kind of master account. You have to link to us, and then we can get in, access that. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to look at stuff apart from add those templates if you want us to. Happy to do that for free as a bonus for coming along to the webinar. With 2 more sessions just like this, one next week, one the week after that. We'll be looking at asking for online reviews, Google, Facebook, that kind of thing. And then the final one will be about selling to clients. So we've got some really good templates there as well. And I'll be showing you how to do that in MailChimp. You're already registered because you've come to this session, so you'll get reminders for it, but I'd love to see you there. One quick final poll, I'm just going to bring that up again, would be if you want to know more about our MailChimp services, which we're building out, let me know and we'll drop you a line. You can just let me know there, and then we'll be in touch. Or if you want to just chat to me about that in person or any other part of like websites and digital marketing, there's another link on there. So thanks for coming along. Appreciate you making the time to do it. I nearly kept it to 15 minutes. I think we kept the content to that. I'm happy to stick around for questions if you've got any. Just fire those into the chat or the Q&A. Either one is fine. Just reading your question, Kelly. Okay, so just to give you a list of separate contacts in MailChimp, So you first of all, you can link it to your website, so you can have a form, and it's basically adding into your MailChimp that way. So that's one way you can do that. The kind of holy grail of having all of these like practice management software and things like that syncing up is, I would suggest that's like, I don't think anyone's cracked that yet. And it's kind of hard to do it having tried to build an integration like that with some practice management software, because you've got to decide what that point of truth is. And in my experience, so things like websites is easy, but practice management, it tends to be that, it is a bit manual, but I do think sometimes doing that export can import, it doesn't take that long. And sometimes syncing things up can have unintended consequences. That would just be my experience of doing that. So yeah, I think one audience in MailChimp with tags, like I showed you. So basically, let me just jump back in here. I've just got like a kind of like a fake audience in here. The right way to do it is have one audience and use tags. So don't have like load of separate lists, but the tags within that. So you can see we've put in some tags there and then tagged up various people within that. So hopefully makes sense. If MailChimp got some good documentation on that, happy to answer more questions. If you drop me an email at matt@BizIncOnline, happy to answer more questions about that as well. So I don't see any more questions. We kept it to a nice short session. If you do have any more questions, you can see that email on screen there. Connect with me on LinkedIn as well. I'll drop that in there. Always happy to connect with people on LinkedIn. I share a lot of content like this. But yeah, that's it really. Nice simple campaign. I hope you can use that. If you want us to add it to your MailChimp, we're happy to do it. Oh, sorry, got one more question. Tags v groups in MailChimp. Gabrielle. So yeah, I was looking at this with a client recently. So I would use tags. I think tags is the best way to do it. Groups is more like it features when people have their subscriptions. So say you're having multiple emails, I think that's what you'd be better doing with that. I think tags is the right way to use it with like a regular accounting firm audience. I think groups would be more like if you had like a personal email, personal tax email, and then like a business email or something like that. My only kind of feeling with those things is, do people, I'm kind of like, I feel like people are like subscribe or they don't subscribe to your stuff. And if they want to unsubscribe, just let them. I don't think many people like that thing where they go in and it's like, oh, well, I want to unsubscribe from this one or that one. That's my opinion, I guess. But I found that's the way that groups is meant to be used in MailChimp. And I think for most firms, they're probably just going to do the one email. Stan, in terms of what MailChimp costs, different pricing obviously in different countries. They've got a free plan. In New Zealand, the next one there is about like $17, $18 a month. So it's pretty cheap. And then the next package is not much more than that, but it depends on the number of contacts and the number of features you want. So if you head over to like MailChimp.com, you can see all the pricing on the site there. Okay, cool. Well, look, thanks heaps for coming along. Love to see you at the next session next week. We'll be sending out an email with the recording and some of the resources as well. But yeah, you'll have our details. If you've got any more questions, give me a shout. And yeah, thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day.